What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Let's talk Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 6, Episode 19. If you are brand new to the channel, what's up? Welcome, all that good stuff. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed, I hope this is the video that changes your mind and convinces you to subscribe to the channel. As always, leave your comments down below. Do know that a response to your comment is not an argument, it's not a disagreement, it's a conversation starter. All right? So let's go ahead, y'all. So the episode starts off with where the last one left off, with Marsau and Melody sitting outside. Melody is saying that Marsau does not want her and Tisha in a good place. And I agree. I think Marsau wants to low-key kind of isolate Tisha. He doesn't want Tisha to have too many friends that are independent and about their business. Because what that does is it puts different things into Tisha's head about what she can do. Because, Marsau really wants her to shut up and be quiet. He wants Tisha to sit there and eat her food. He doesn't want her to do too much talking, to have too many ideas, to get too independent, to get too educated. Marsau doesn't want that. So Marsau said that he feels it's unfortunate that he cannot share an opinion without people saying that it is a jab. Well, the reason that people look at you that way is because you take a lot of jabs. That is unfortunate. You know what I mean? That you can't have an opinion about something without it being a jab. But Marsau knows that was a jab. So Melody tells him that she just wants him to own his jabs. If you're making a jab, own it and say that you were. Marsau was making a jab at Melody and a jab at probably Martell as well when he made that statement. You know that you were. But instead of you acknowledging it, being a man and standing on your word, now you're going to say it was just an opinion. It was just an opinion. Marsau then brings up the fact that Melody has filed bankruptcy because she said that she has $1 million business, and he was like, and where is it at now? You filed bankruptcy. Melody said, yeah, I filed bankruptcy after my divorce because Martell filed bankruptcy, which left me with all the debt, and I wasn't going to do that either. So she then flips it on him, and it's like, you filed bankruptcy and not from a divorce. You filed bankruptcy from mismanaging your finances. And now Melody gets activated. And I know a lot of y'all don't like Melody, but in this moment, Melody got activated and she starts going in on Marsau, which I think was in reason. So he kept telling her he didn't know what she did. And it's like, this is where I don't know how anybody could respect Marsau just as a person. And it's because Marsau does these things to try to gaslight people. You don't know what nobody does, huh? You don't know what any of these people do. So Melody said, I do the same thing I've been doing since 2014, which is property preservation. You know that because you were making comments on social media about my masterclass about it. So then Marsau was like, oh, I didn't know you did that. I didn't know. He then goes on to say that the reason he kind of didn't want Melody to speak is because Melody has the successful e-commerce and the successful businesses that she has because they have a #1 show on TV. Let's fall back there. Not too much on that. Y'all are not the #1 show on TV. We can look at the ratings and see that. Y'all are the #1 show for dividing people. Y'all are the #1 show for bullshit that happens outside of the show. Y'all are the #1 show for being trash. Y'all are not the #1 ranked TV show, scripted show, reality show, whatever y'all want to call yourselves, because people are rushing to the TV to watch it. That's not it. That's not what that is. So he didn't want people at the business. He didn't want people at the expo to think that they can come in and start to do e-commerce successfully because they're not on a TV show. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's dumb. That is honestly completely dumb. Because were y'all there with Black then? Because the only reason that Black, it might be successful is because y'all are on TV. Did y'all have y'all daughters their hair care line? Was that there? Because the only reason that that might be successful right now is because it's you have the platform and you're on TV. Let's not do that. Let's not. Marsau was such a joke. He's a joke. Because whenever his feet get put to the fire, whenever somebody puts what he said and puts his stuff in front of him, he can't be a man to stand on it. He turns into the bitch that Stormy said he is, and he likes to cower behind, it was a joke, it was an opinion, it's this, it's that. Stop it. You know what you be doing. So Melody tells him, I am asking you to stop downplaying what I do. They then both agree that their opinions won't be viewed as jabs. And y'all see, Melody made sure he agreed to that, because that means the next time I decide to get on social media, the next time Melody decides to make an opinion about your wife's business, or about you or your business, that's an opinion, not a jab. Marsau then invites Melody to this town hall meeting. Truth be told, I don't think Melody should have been a part of it. Melody wasn't involved in the expo. Well, I guess she was there as a patron. Never mind. I guess she can be there, but it would have been just fine if Melody wasn't there as well. We then get to Tiffany and Big Lou. So they're out having a picnic date, and off rip, Tiffany's throwing shots. Yeah, your dad is finally here, finally spending time with us. Oh, God. And it's like, Tiffany, it's very hard. Before I say this, Tiffany's clearly experiencing postpartum. It's very serious. I feel bad for her in that aspect, that she is experiencing postpartum. But on the flip side, you begged this man for a baby, ignoring everything that Dr. Francis told y'all about how y'all need to really hone in on your marriage and your relationship before bringing this child into the fold. Tiffany felt that she knew better than the therapist that was there, and now y'all have this baby. So she says everyone keeps asking about, Lou, where are you? What are you up to? Is that in here? Like, where are you? Where are you up to? Like, where has he been? We find out that Lewis is working at Alabama A&M as a baseball coach, as a assistant baseball coach and a pitching coach. He has a job. And when you work for a collegiate team, you're traveling. It's almost like working, in professional sports. You're going to be traveling and doing all that type of stuff. So he's busy. He's traveling. So Tiffany said that she's asking if he agreed to have a baby because he knew he wouldn't be home. And if I was Lewis, I would have stopped the conversation right then and there, because Tiffany's throwing jabs. Unnecessary jabs. Girl, you wanted this baby. He told y'all things would change. He told y'all were too busy for the baby. He told y'all that the baby was going to slow you down in a way that you would not be prepared for. We watched this all play out on the season. Tiffany was very adamant on nothing's going to change. I can do this. The baby's going to be on my hip. Now look at you. So Tiffany then said that, even though we agreed that Ace wouldn't slow me down, he has. Everything has slowed down. It's changed. She said there are times that she sits in his room, in his rocker, and feels like she's not doing enough because she's worried about baby Ace, their other two kids. They each have a child from a previous marriage, worried about those other kids getting stuff done in the house and all this other type of stuff. She's worried about the changes with her body. She says she's gained more weight now than she had, than she was weighing before she had Ace, because, you can't do anything. On top of the fact Tiffany is older. Y'all know Tiffany claims to be like 34, 35. Okay, girl. But in reality, life has completely changed for her in a way that people were warning her. She now feels that, or she said that she heard about people getting postpartum and she just assumed it wouldn't happen to her. Why? Why would you assume it wouldn't happen to you? I don't know. That seemed kind of like condescending to me. Oh yeah, it'll happen to other people. It's not going to happen to me. That's wild to even say. So she said that she was not prepared for Lou to be absent during this time. He goes on this like kind of tirade about how the baby won't remember him not being around. He will be there when it matters more. And it's like, well, that's kind of a shitty way to think about it. Don't just say I'll be around, when I don't have to do the diaper changes and the midnight feedings. I feel like being around right now when that baby Ace is a couple months old, is just as important as being around when he's 5. It's just as important as being around when he's 10. But at the same token, he's working. That is his job to travel. That is his job. So Lewis said he told her that life was going to be different. Tiffany is worried that she's going to lose him to some young hot thing when he's out on the road. I said, girl, he's traveling with college. But she has these real fears. They have marital issues. They had marital issues before this baby. Tiffany thought that the baby would probably try to bring them closer or something to that effect. It did not, and it seems like that baby is like pushing them further away. So then we get to the town hall feedback shit show, okay? So Stormy walked in and everybody's speaking. She stood in front of Marsau and then turned to not speak. Turned to not greet him. Marsau is explaining to the group that he feels that Melody is only able to do her e-commerce because of the platform. So Martell was like, wait, so are you saying that if it's something that we did before we got on the show, we shouldn't be doing it now, or it's not relevant? And Marsau, it's like, well, no, yeah. So Martell is like, if that's the case, a lot of the stuff you do isn't relevant either. I.e. chocolate in the bottle, i.e. black. Like, there's a lot of stuff that Marsau and Tisha have started because of the show. That's any reality show. From Basketball Wives to Love and Hip Hop to Black Ink Crew. Well, all that shit's falling apart. But to Black Ink Crew, to Love and Marriage Huntsville, like, people get on these reality shows and then they start thinking of things that they can do, businesses they can start. That's what you're supposed to do. That's smart. So to say that whatever you've started because of your platform isn't relevant to the average business person, I'm sorry, since when it, like, okay, sure. So Kimmy said that calling somebody's business irrelevant is offensive. It is offensive. While they're talking, Melody walks in and like the energy shifts because she don't know she was topic of discussion. She's like, hey, y'all. First off, hey. And then she goes on to say, yes, me and Marsau had a conversation. We did talk at lunch and Marsau apologized. Did y'all see how Tisha cut her eyes at Marsau? The real issue with Tisha is Tisha likes when her and Marsau are a united front against Melody. So if Tisha does not want to be nice to Melody, she wants to be nice, nasty with Melody, just cordial, keep her at arm's length, she wants Marsau to do the same thing. Marsau doesn't respect his wife. So if Marsau wants to go out and have a sit down with Melody and chop it up and apologize, he's going to do so. But it seems like he did not tell Tisha that he apologized to her. It almost seems like he didn't tell Tisha that he met up with Melody, right? And I saw some people in some comments saying that it was inappropriate for Melody to meet up with Marsau. It wasn't, because these people are all associates, not friends, but they're all associates and co-workers at this time. So, and they once were business partners. So it's not out of the box for her to meet up with him. I don't think, in my opinion. So she starts giving feedback about how they should have had different breakout sessions, which I said before too. You segregate stuff, health and beauty, then you have somebody do like some type of session where they show you how they got into health and beauty. These are our products. This is how we started it. This is what you can do, etc., etc. Tisha then says, well, everybody wasn't 100% in, so that's why we didn't have those type of settings. What does that have to do with what Melody said? What does that have to do with that? You can have somebody that has signed up to be a part of the expo, do a demonstration, and do a session. It doesn't have to be the people in this room. It doesn't have to be the people in this room. But see, y'all knew that by doing that, y'all would have to pay these people. Y'all didn't want to pay anybody. Y'all wanted to just get a check. Y'all wanted to get a check. Melody even asked Marsau, did y'all write yourselves a check from the money that y'all got from the expo? They are not obligated to tell anybody where that money went. They are not. I feel like Stormy and Kimmy have a right to know, what was the $100 for? What was it for? Was it to reserve space? Was it to cover the overhead rent of the place? What was that money for? Y'all don't have to answer if y'all wrote a check to yourselves, but it does look suspect the way that y'all are very quickly, well, none of your business. Why do you guys care? Why do you guys care? Y'all aren't giving the answer, right? So Stormy brings up, well, we should have had some type of motivational speeches. Marsau was like, well, motivational speeches really do nothing. You can do it. Put God first. Trust in yourself. Believe in yourself. I see what Marsau was saying about that, because I go back and forth on like what a motivational speech is really doing for somebody, because anybody, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink. So I can give you a motivational speech that is not going to always make somebody want to get up and take the necessary actions to accomplish something either. You know what I mean? So Melody then says something about motivational speeches. You have these breakout sessions and everybody's motivated, and we're telling you this is the person you go to for a CPA. This is a great lawyer. This is a great accountant. This is a great person for that. So we're motivating them in this way. We get out, and then now they're moving sessions and we're motivating them in a different way. Stormy just didn't flesh out her answer. Melody gave a more concrete answer, right? More fleshed out answer. So Stormy leans over and tells Courtney, well, I'm going to let you ask my questions because they're ignoring me. So Marsau then said, I really want to know what Courtney's wife has to say. And Marsau is such an asshole because he says stuff like that to be antagonizing. So Melody starts laughing. Kimmy looks away. Tiffany is shocked. And then Tisha's just like, Marsau. Before y'all say Melody was laughing, Stormy laughed when Marsau said that Melody wouldn't be able to sell anything without the show. So, a tit for tat moment. So Courtney said that Marsau needs to let Tisha take over this meeting because he's all over the place, which he is. There is no organization to this meeting whatsoever. Marsau said, well, I mean, you were also in New York at the time, so, you know, our business doesn't have gender roles. So Kimmy then tells Marsau, you're spewing a lot of negativity, which he is. So they're getting the feedback. I guess Tisha's putting it in her phone or she's texting. I don't know. But they're not receptive to the feedback at all. Somebody giving you feedback is not you quickly counterparting, counter-reacting with a statement right away. Y'all should have motivational speeches. Well, we didn't have the speeches because of this. You guys should have breakout sessions. Well, we didn't have sessions because of this. That's not accepting feedback and constructive criticism. So Marsau tells Kimmy, we're going to use some of the feedback that you guys are giving out. So don't think that we're not. The next one that we have, the next Black Business Expo that we have, we're going to use some of these ideas. So then it becomes, wait, is this not a collective thing? Y'all are going to do it yourselves again? And they were like, yes. So Stormy was like, oh, I ain't got no more ideas for y'all to do a business. So Melody said, well, hopefully next time it's more organized and planned out, and then she will be more willing to participate. Tisha was like, it was organized. Melody said, no, it wasn't. Tisha said, well, we're not here to discuss what happened before the event. We're here to discuss the actual event. We're at the actual event. Y'all were asking people for money. So Melody points out that Tisha feels a way or only felt the way about her specific feedback. And that just stems from Tisha feeling the way that Marsau not only met up with Melody, but he apologized. So now Tisha feels a way about Melody, right? So Melody leaves because she had to catch a flight. Whatever Melody had on, I didn't like. Her outfit, I did not like. So Marsau said that he's taking everyone's opinion, even you women, because I know you aren't valued, but you are valued here. And it's like Tisha just gives another Marsau, and it's like, no, you let your husband sit and talk stupid and embarrass you. Just sit back, ride this one out into the sunset like you usually do. So Tiffany was like, you're valuing a woman's opinion? Because since when does Marsau value women or their opinions whatsoever? When? When have we ever seen that, right? So next thing you know, Stormy is like, he just wants to have the last word. And she said, just like a bitch. And everybody heard, because I don't think she tried to say it quietly just to Courtney. She said it just loud enough where everybody would hear. So Maurice says, why is he a bitch? Marsau said, yeah, I'm the big bitch. So now the guys are joining in and it becomes a thing. So the fact that Marsau didn't give Stormy the action she wanted back, the reaction, now she's really getting upset. So Marsau said that he knows who not to invite next time. Courtney said, well, we won't be there because it was unorganized, and it was. Maurice is asking, how was it unorganized? How was it organized? So Stormy brings up, well, I didn't know I had to pay. And so Maurice is like, are you saying you did not know you had to pay? That's what she said. She didn't stutter. Kimmy said, I didn't know we had to pay either. Maurice is clearly the only person that knew that they had to pay. Maurice is the only person that knew that they had to pay. That's a problem. That is a problem. Why was Tiffany there? Tiffany went to the event. Okay, I was going to say, why was Tiffany there giving feedback? So Marsau then uses the example and says, well, now I know if I send out a birthday invite to you for a party, I have to let you know it's not your party or it's not your birthday. Marsau, you thought you ate with that, and that did not make sense. That didn't make sense. If you are asking me to come in and be a part of your event and to be a speaker and to set up a booth, unless you tell me that there is a fee, I'm assuming there's not a fee either. Because you start off the conversation with, hey, we have some spots open. They are $100 a booth, but we would like to invite you to come in, book a spot where you guys can set up for Canvas Beauty and all this other type of stuff. That's how you approach the conversation. Y'all never said anything about money at all. So Stormy and Courtney get up and leave. He says goodbye to the Steels, and Courtney says, she's a Steel, I'm a Beasley, which Marsau knew because he said in his interview at the end that he was just, doing one more little petty shot. Kimmy tells Marsau he has been failing their meetings for years. Kimmy, you don't care because y'all are still doing it. Y'all are still allowing it. If you feel that somebody has been ruining meetings and ruining business and ruining all these different things for X amount of years, you don't include that person, family or not. Family or not. So we then get Nell. And I said, y'all, if Nell is mad, she didn't get invited to this. So Nell goes to see Kimmy. Kimmy wanted to let Nell know off rip, we had the feedback town hall. We didn't invite you. Nell feels that she should be there. And I want to know why. You weren't at the expo as a speaker. You remind us every chance you get. And you didn't even attend because they didn't have you as a speaker. What feedback of the actual event does Nell have? Because this is not a brainstorming idea or a brainstorming meeting where we're giving ideas on what you guys could possibly do. This is feedback of the actual event, the event. So Nell feels that she should have been able to come and just listen. Why? I'm so sick of Nell. Why you want to come and listen? Girl, watch it on TV like the rest of us. Watch it on TV like the rest of us. So she feels that she said that she's been in North Huntsville longer than anybody else. And I was with Kimmy. And what does that mean? Well, I just feel like my word holds weight. Girl, Nell, please go on somewhere. Don't bring this lady back. Her eyebrows also upset me. I'm sick of seeing Nell. Nell does not fit the cast. Nell is really trying to get her, what do they get? Not a peach. What do they get? Hell, a shovel? Nell's trying to get her shovel. Not a shovel. What would it be? A key? Because they do like houses and stuff. No, I'm going to say shovel. Nell's trying to get her shovel for next season. Girl, ma'am, Miss Lady, ma'am, Mrs. No. So at the end of the day, everybody's okay. She's okay with not being there, but says in her confessional that, she kind of still low-key felt she should have been there. I feel like you should leave the show. That's what I feel now. Sheesh. So then finally we get Martell. He is working. He's at a lot with his business partner. He's back making custom homes. And they're sitting at this lot and they're just kind of talking about how Martell took the initiative and when he got the permit and did all this stuff. Sure. So Chris Fletcher comes up, talking about I was just in the neighborhood. Man, we saw your car. We saw that black pickup. You weren't just in the neighborhood. Production said, and action. Go, Chris, go, drive in. So Chris comes in and he's like, so when you gonna move? When you moving? And Martell was saying about another week and a half. Chris said, no, I told you 2 weeks ago. The owner wants you out by the 1st. Martell is like, well, yeah, I'll be out in another week and a half. He said, that's not the 1st. So the other guy that's there is like, dang, you just gonna put your boy out? It's not about friendship right now. Like Chris says, it is my fiduciary responsibility to my client to get this nigga out the house. I don't understand why Martell or his clearly ignorant ass friend thinks that Martell can sit in this house and not have to be out when the owner is asking him to. Martell is living month to month. Martell also was told months ago to get out of that house so we can sell it. You being loud and wrong for no reason, good sir. Go on back to what you were doing. Go on back to what you were doing. So they then talk about Marsau, and Fletcher brings up that, Marsau was saying he didn't know that they owned the daycare. Friend is like, I didn't know either. Chris said, yeah, well, we ain't close like that, so you wouldn't. I'd have been like, production, director, cut. Why is this man here? Why is he here, y'all? Lord have mercy. So Fletcher then brings up Marsau saying that, talking about ownership with Scope and how, even though they were in a part of Scope together, who owns Scope now? Y'all know Scope is the Scotts and the Holts. So Martell said that him and Melody had Holt and Holt Custom Homes, and they went into business with the Scotts to put them on, and once the company started turning a profit, the Scotts were able to buy out the Holts, and that is why they now own Scope. Right? That's what happened, and to I believe Marsau and Tisha have corroborated that story as well. So Martell are now saying that we made the Holts. We made the Scotts. We made them what they are, which everybody, I assumed everybody already knew. Everybody that's watching, because they've been telling this story for years. They started that company to help them out. Once the company turned a profit, they let them buy them out of the company. And then on the flip side, they brought them onto this show. If that's making them, I guess how you look at it, some people would say that's them making them. Some people won't say that at all. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.